Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Will. In this video, I have another anime figure haul for you guys. So this will be my May shipment from AmiAmi. So I have two figures sitting back there in that box. And in addition to that, my wife and I just got back from Momo Con, which is a fairly decent sized anime video game convention here in Atlanta every year. And we picked up some more art pieces, and if you guys have seen my room tour, you guys know we love our art pieces. So we got even more, which we have no idea where we're going to actually hang up at. And then my wife actually just got a surprise shipment in from Big Bad Toy Store with some pop-up praise that she ordered, so I'll share that with you guys as well. But yeah, without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. So starting with the art pieces. Now, most of these are actually pieces that my wife picked up, but I did pick up a few myself, and I will leave the Instagram username for all of these artists. So if you're interested in picking any of these up online, you are free to do so. Now, the first one is going to be probably my favorite one that I picked up. It's going to be Goth Mami Tae Takami from Persona 5. So she is probably my favorite waifu in the game. So when I saw this, I definitely had to pick it up. So next we have two prints from Overwatch. I'm a big Overwatch player, and I've been following this artist for a while. I've seen this prints before at some cons. I just never picked them up. But now that Overwatch 2 has come out, it's kind of renewed my passion for the game. So definitely wanted to pick these up. And from the same artist, we have Marin Kitagawa. And the last thing that I picked up is this really adorable Yuru Camp poster. And next is gonna be my wife's stuff. So she's a big fan of haiku. She's watched the series like 2 or 3 times now. And she got these really cool looking watercolor prints. And next we have this lovely, very large print of Aki and Kon. And another one from the same artist is going to be Power. And finally, from the same artist, we have Levi from Attack on Titan. I believe this is pretty much based off like the last season here. And another favorite character of my wife, and maybe mine as well, is going to be Nanami from Jujutsu Kaisen, looking like an absolute snack. Now jumping into the figures that we picked up this month. So these are going to be the Full Metal pop-up praise that my wife got from Big Bad Toy Store. She pre-ordered these things a long time ago, but they just came in the mail yesterday, which is pretty crazy because these were released in Japan last July and August. So it took them almost a whole year for Big Bad Toy Store to send these to us, which is absolutely crazy. If I had known my wife pre-ordered these, I would have told her just to cancel and just let me get them somewhere else for cheaper, but it is what it is. Anyways, the figures themselves look terrific. I would say for pop-up parades, I would just give them a solid 10 out of 10. I mean, the paint and the sculpt look great, and the likeness of the characters are just absolutely dead on. The poses are great as well. The only thing I don't like about them is, of course, going to be these really large bases, but this is of course before they started switching to the smaller bases that we're now seeing on the newer pop-up parades. I wish these had these newer bases just because I can put them just a little bit closer, but a small complaint at this point. I think they all came out very well, especially Alphonse here. I love the paint job that they did on him and his armor because it looks very metallic. So definitely, not too bad considering that, trying to find Full Metal Alchemist scale figures can be a very expensive thing to do. Now jumping into the two figures that I got from AmiAmi for the month of May. The first one is going to be Holo from Good Smile Company. This is the Wolf and the Scent of the Fruit figure, and this is the one that I got instead of the Chinese dress version. And it just screamed Holo to me. I mean, I get the apples, as you can see, and just her outfit and her pose just looked really good, so I had to pick this one up. And this figure was actually supposed to come out, I believe, in September, but it got moved up into May, so pleasant surprise. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get it open. So here we have her all put together, and it wasn't that difficult to really assemble her, but the hardest part is going to be that support rod and just getting it in the correct position. But I would say that the base has a nice large metal peg coming out of it to attach her to. A lot of friction trying to get her onto that peg, so I think she'll hold up pretty well without the support rod, but I'm definitely going to play it safe. And you really can't see the support rod. It doesn't really bother me too much in my opinion. So yeah, I'm perfectly happy, you know, having that support rod in there just to make sure that the figure lasts for a long time. Now overall, I mean, this figure is absolutely wonderful. I mean, when it comes to Good Smile Company scale figures these days, I just can't really find too many flaws with them. The sculpt, the paint job, just the attention to detail, it's just absolutely terrific. I love the pose that she's in, how much motion is being captured with the flow of her dress, her hair, even her tail back there. All look absolutely wonderful. And that hair looks, just the amount of detail, all the different strands, it just looks absolutely terrific. And then you have, of course, that facial expression. It just captures Holo so well. Now with this figure, I think you definitely want to have it at eye level, and the main reason is because of that apple that's supposed to be falling off of her dress. If you don't want to see that support rod that's attached to her dress, well, yeah, you definitely want to have it pretty much at eye level. So a pretty high shelf, probably high up on your detail, as high as possible, just to kind of make that illusion of the apple really sell a little bit more. And the final figure of this video is going to be Persona 5's Sadayo Kawakami. And I absolutely love me some Kawakami, probably top 3 waifu of Persona 5. So I had to get her. This figure is probably going to go down in price, either pre-owned or even brand new later on, but I don't care, I had to have it immediately. So let's go ahead and get it open. All right, so here we have her, and she's a pretty good looking figure. Nothing too crazy, but I think they did a pretty good job overall with the actual figure itself. Paint job, the shading all look pretty well done. The sculpt, very nice. There are some seams on the side of her dress here, but don't really bother me too much because you can't see them when you're looking at her just like head on, and yeah, really not that big of a deal. But yeah, overall I think they did a really good job with everything here. Her stockings look great, good amount of shading there as well, which look really well done. Her shoes are a little boring, but she is in a, you know, a maid outfit. I don't really expect anything too crazy, and yeah, it's a great looking little figure here. Now the mop here doesn't really go into her hand like firmly. The mop actually stands up by itself, and you can just slide the mop into her fingers, but the mop is not going to actually snap in there. It just kind of stays up by itself. Now this base here is absolutely horrendous. It's just a big black glossy circle down here, just a fingerprint magnet. I gotta clean it before I get it displayed, but it's huge. It's definitely a big base for the figure itself, but it has to be that big, I guess, for the actual mop to fit on the base itself. So it's just something that you gotta put up with, a big base. And it's definitely a very large, ugly base. Now jumping up to her head, so we do have a couple different face plates and a couple of different hairstyles that we can, you know, switch between. So with the face plates, you get a very cute looking, playful, pursed lips faceplate here, and this is the faceplate I believe she would be making if she was actually in character as your maid calling you master all day. Very adorable. And then her other faceplate is kind of a meaner, more annoyed looking faceplate, and this is the one where I feel like she's using after she drops the act of acting like your maid and just being herself, and just a little annoyed and sad that she has to do this for the money. So both faceplates look absolutely great. I do love how they give us two different expressions there. And then with her hair, you have, you know, her normal hairstyle here, just kind of down. And then with the other one here, you have her twin tails and little maid hat. So yeah, you can attach either faceplates to either one of these hairstyles. And then when it comes to her arm pieces here, you do have a couple different options as well. So pretty much goes in line with the actual faceplates themselves. You have her with a peace sign that kind of gives her a more playful side, I guess. And then you have one where she's kind of has her hand on top of her head, looking just a little bit annoyed, I guess. But you know what? I think you can kind of mix those up to go for their faceplate that you want. So for me personally, I think I'm gonna end up going with the slightly annoyed looking version of her in her twin tails with the maid hat. And then I'm gonna have her with the peace sign. I just think that looks Doesn't look like she's super annoyed, but it still looks pretty cute too with the peace sign as well. So yeah, you know, let me know down in the comments which combination you guys would have gone with. So overall, this is a great little figure. I really do like it. It's pretty simple, but they do give us a lot of options when it comes to posing her, the different face plates, the different hairstyles. It just gives us a lot of different looks that we actually can give the character herself. My only complaint is really gonna be this big, black, ugly, glossy base. I just wish they gave us a little bit of a design instead of this atrocity. I understand it does have to be this big to fit everything on the actual base, but yeah, it's just the overall look is kind of killing me. But I can look past it for one of my top 3 waifu of Persona. So that wraps up my AmiAmi haul for the month of May. Let me know down in the comments which figures that you picked up for this month. And if you want to check out some of my other videos, be sure to check out some of the videos up on the screen right now. Be sure to smash that like button, easy way to support the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe for more videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.